Welcome to the Who I Am podcast with Mandolyn Freeland, Marcely Woofenden, and special guest. We are dedicated to sharing women's stories from all walks of life. We will be diving into experiences, challenges, and triumphs. If you are a woman, then this podcast is for you, and we are so glad that you found us.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
Marcy here. I have my sister Mandy with us.
Hi.
And then we also have both of our friend and my sister-in-law Rachel here with us.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we are so excited to have you and take a deep dive into Rachel and Sunshine Street Company. Really quick before I jump into you sharing yourself, I know there's some things that you probably won't share that I'll share with our listeners just because I get to know you that way. But Rachel, you will see in this call, she's so full of spunk and she's so much fun. She brings like the life to the party. Rachel is one that you want to have on your side. She loves her friends and family fiercely. So she's one that will be there ready to cry with you. She's your biggest hype girl. She also will be one that's ready to like fight someone for you. Am I wrong?
No, you are. You're already making me misty. I'm a crier. I actually brought it just in case. So thank you. You're okay. Yes, continue. Tell me more.
No, those are just some of the things like I love about Rachel. She's just Rachel. You're going to learn a little bit today. But Rachel, why don't you tell us who's Rachel?
Well, I'm Rachel Hunter. I live in Lehi, Utah. What else? I'm 33 years old. Like Marcy said, I'm kind of I love bright colors and happy. And one of our neighbors a couple years ago, like he was always like, "You're the sunshines or whatever, rainbows and butterflies girl." And I'm like, I kind of am. But then also, like Marcy said, I can also have that streak of like, don't mess with me, short fuse. I'm working on it. So I'm happy and don't mess with me kind of girl. I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a little girl. And I am the owner of Sunshine Street Co. I'm in my office right now, where I specialize in hand-stamped, personalized jewelry, specifically necklaces is my jam. And that's that.
Okay, I wasn't like referring to like you're going to rip someone's head off. I'm saying like you have friends and family back. So like if they need you, you'd fight for them. Is what I.
No, I feel you. No, I will. I will be your best cheerleader or back you up. I might be clawing. I'm not a good thisser. But no, I have a short fuse at times, or maybe every day.
No.
So I'm happy, go lucky, but also will fight with you, but also maybe get angry-eyed.
It's great.
I just want to say something too. You could totally do the Pepto-Bismol commercial. So why don't you go ahead and do that right now?
Nausea, shut your mouth. Hello. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, so we were teaching an essential oil class together. Yes. And I remember my daughter after the class was like, "Mom, you're kind of boring when you teach. Rachel's so fun." And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I love that. You know what? She is great. And she has cheetah pants. Doesn't she? Wait, is that who said it? Yes.
Yeah, really? Maya does have cheetah pants. Good job.
Cheetah pants.
That's funny. Okay, so Rach, you shared with us that you are the owner of Sunshine Street Co.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, how you got started and what it's named after.
Okay, so Sunshine Street Co. is almost 3 years old. It was born, or I launched it August 26, 2021, so almost 3 summers ago. It'll be 3 years next month. It was kind of like random. Thank you. Hi. It was kind of random, but also not random because I feel like everything happens because it isn't random. Anyways, what am I saying? My cousin, her name was Brooklyn Trapp. She passed away, but she had cancer. You guys, why? Okay, I'm going to keep it right here. Okay, anyways, so Brooklyn, my cousin, how old was she at this time? At this time, this summer 3 years ago, when what sparked this was a fundraiser. She was 15 years old. She fought cancer for, I believe, like 7 years off and on, just freaking a rock star, had multiple brain surgeries, just beat all the odds. Like, she was fighting cancer all through those, I think it was 7 years about. But also like cheering and still riding her horse and just like so full of life. I like to think that we were similar in some ways of just like being authentic and being just silly and goofy and bright colors, just meh. But anyways, I'm roundabouting. We did a fundraiser the summer of 2021 during our city celebration, the Lehigh Roundup. Things just kind of took a turn for the worse. She was in and out of the hospital. Friends and family gathered around, rallied up, and we made these bracelets. I have it here. We made these bracelets, these copper bracelets that said Brooklyn Strong. I always call them kind of like cowboy bracelets. So Brooklyn Strong, and we did it as a fundraiser and sold them during our city celebration to friends and family in the community to help raise money for the Trapp family, Brooklyn's parents, to help with medical expenses and such. It wasn't my idea. I didn't even know it was a thing. So you grabbed a hammer. We met at Cowboy Joe's down the street, and it's called like an anvil, what you like do horseshoes on. I don't know. There was a bunch of guys. I sucked at it. I tried it like twice. I just screamed and was dramatic. So basically my husband did a lot, and then the girls that were on top of life, and then a bunch of other guys. So you're just hammering, and we were hammering with these metal stamps, Brooklyn Strong. And I just thought it was freaking cool. The first time we did it, I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. I suck at it. Great. I'm here to help rally the troops and such. But then that second day that we got together to make more of these bracelets with friends and family, but also just random people in the community, the people like city workers of Lehigh that came to help out. It's just like, it's such a special memory thinking of everybody in this barn working together, like hammering these out. I was like, dude, this is freaking cool. And especially when people started buying them, not only did I think it was cool that you could personalize something with a freaking hammer and the little stamp, but I also thought that it was cool that I'm like, oh my gosh, people obviously are wanting to support Brooklyn and her family, but these are pretty and cute. Like, they're buying them. Like, I wonder if I could, my brain was just going a million miles an hour. It was just like, well, maybe I could like do something like that. There's a popular brand that makes stamp necklaces that are super spendy. And I always wanted that, but it just wasn't in the budget, if you will. And so I took the spin on Brooklyn Strong thing, and I'm like, oh, let's do it with necklaces. Anyways, Brooklyn ended up passing. It was August 10th, 2021. During that time that we all knew that was about going to be our time going, I was like, it wouldn't leave my mind. It just wouldn't leave my mind. It's the craziest freaking thing. But I'm usually an analyzer, but this time I just, in like a 1.5, 2 month period, I just Googled my soul out. I watched a bunch of videos. I ordered crap and I just went for it. And I created a little Instagram page and was like, hi, this is what I'm going to do. And they're going to be cute. And I just got brave. I really am proud of myself, honestly, for that, because I still am surprised that I went through with it. And she's still here. So yeah, she passed away on the 10th. I launched a couple weeks after her passing, and I just feel like Brooklyn helped me helped Sunshine Street Co. come to be, and I still feel like she has her little touch in Sunshine Street Co. and honestly will always. So
I love that. What a beautiful story, Rachel. That's so cool. I remember seeing you start that and thinking how fun that was. So good job. And you are still here, which is awesome. What do you think has been your biggest struggle with your business?
Well, a variety of things, a couple things, but The one of the biggest is the mind game. Sometimes I feel like I am the coolest cat. Success is relative to everyone, right? And like certain amounts of money that one is trying to make, whether a big fancy company or a small business like myself, success is relative. But for me, sometimes I'll be like, oh, hell yeah. Can I say bad words? Sorry. I'm doing so good. I'm contributing to like our family finances significantly this month. And then other times I'm like, oh, hey, is anyone there? Hi, do you want to buy some stuff from me? Can I make you something? So it's just kind of the mind game of I'm amazing. And then another day it's very roller coastery of like, oh my gosh, am I a loser? Should I stop doing it? Does everyone hate me? But not really. I've worked through that a lot. But it just is sometimes the mind game. And then uh, the other main thing I would say is just being able to balance like mom life. Like I had mentioned, I have 3 little kids under 7, 4, and 1. And it's just like if you could see to my left, we have the dress ups, we have got puzzles, we've got shiz everywhere. We've got Paw Patrol. So it's like right here is where I make crap. Boom, boom, boom. But then right there, there's a variety of toys, and I don't have a super large house. I'm grateful we have a great house, but I don't have a toy room. So right on that outside of that door, when I'm in here making stuff, I usually have children trying to bust in or crying or smacking each other or the TV blasting. So just trying not to freak out at them, but also just not have guilt of locking that door. It's different. Like I don't know. It's like our husbands or whatever or can go to work and it's not like they necessarily have to feel, well, like they probably do. I'm not going to say their feelings, but it's just wild that like, sorry, hairball. What am I trying to say? Like, I don't know. I get guilt. I get guilt when
Mom guilt is real.
it eats
Yeah.
my soul sometimes, like
Yeah.
really bad.
You're not alone.
So-
And I really don't think dads have that dad guilt with kids per se, like we do. It's just that nurturing love that we have. That's why we're moms. So
Yeah,
it's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah. So that's kind of hard.
Well, and I love
Sometimes.
because I don't think you're the only one, right? Balancing that mom and work life and working while your kids are at home. And I love that you do have that section in there that's like, okay, you play right here. I can still see you and be in the room with you, talk with you, but I'm going to be working like at the same time, right? So it brings them in a little bit, but it also shows them like you are working hard, right? You're doing other things outside of like just being a mom. So I love that you're finding that balance.
Well, thank you.
And I know from when you were telling how Sunshine Street Co. became, I think of Brooklyn just because I personally, know her and too, that every time I see it or hear it, I think of her, and I love that so much, and I'm sure her family does too, because it's amazing, kind of like
I hope.
I'm sure that they do.
Thank you.
No, I love it. I love you.
Thank you.
Tell us. I know in beginning this business, right? Some of your goals, and some of them including your children. Tell us what your biggest goal has been and your current goal by the end of this year.
Okay, let me make sure I understand what you're asking. So what my biggest goal, like things I've accomplished or just like
I know one thing that's been on your mind since starting your business and contributing to your family's finances, and something you've been wanting to do with your children, and I recently have seen this is your big push for this year. So tell us about it and kind of what your next steps are to get to that point.
Okay, I think you're referring to maybe Disneyland. So like I said, sometimes I feel like oh, hey, look at me providing, helping. And then other times I'm like a peasant, like, hey, hi. But I really want to, in like, let's say probably August to November, hopefully I'll have the opportunity to go somewhere to sell at some more competitions that I did really well at this last year. That's where a bunch of my success this last year has came from. I'm hoping that I get hooked up with those and be able to make enough money that I can, yes, contribute to like life and not just have all the bills on my husband's back, but also contribute, but then put some aside. Like truly, I always say I'm going to, and then I don't. And then take my kids to freaking Disneyland. I want to solely, like, not his money, it is our money, whatever, but you know what I mean? I want to be the whole reason. Also, my husband doesn't even want to go to Disneyland, so I want to be like, oh, hey, well, I bought it, so don't whine about it, or just whatever, don't come. But I want to surprise them. I would love, like in my mind, I would love to be able to just do well these next few months, and then by like November be like, okay, I have saved however freaking much it costs to go to Disneyland. Who knows? A lot-ish, thousands upon thousands. And then like surprise them, whether just randomly really take them. I want to do like a surprise Disneyland so bad, or wake up Christmas morning and just do a couple gifts and then say, oh, we're going to go to Disneyland, whether it's in the spring or maybe that next week. But I just really desire to do that. Hi.
You know what? You always have to have like a why, right? And that can like shift a little bit. And so I like that you have that as your why for right now. And
Yeah.
you're gonna knock it out of the park, and you're gonna go on that Disney trip, and then you're gonna come up with a new one, right? But
absolutely, yeah.
I like that drive and that focus.
Thank you.
Yes. So Rach, what is something, a lesson that you've learned from, starting your business and all of this, that you think everyone should learn at some point in their life?
Well, I know Marcy did give me these questions before, so I did do some brainstorming, trying to ponder what initially came to my mind. But right now I'm thinking, and maybe this is what I had wrote anyways, but just that everyone needs to know, woman or not, but I'm focused like on the women's, my homegirls of the world, that like you are more capable than you think. No one is better than anyone else. And sometimes it still is hard to be like, oh no, they're better, whatever. And that's a constant work that I'm doing, like on mindset and confidence and things. But over the last few years, with doing Sunshine Street Co. and other like coaching groups and such, like you guys do here at the Breakthrough Tribe, I've just learned that if you want it, you can have it. You are just as capable as anybody else. Also, there's an abundance of money in the world. And if you hate your job and how you're contributing to your family, get creative. Start attracting, like brainstorming what makes you happy and how you can monetize that. And work, what's the saying? Like work smarter, not necessarily harder. And I feel like that's ingrained in so many of us that we have to like hate our jobs, and that's the only way to like make money and blah, blah, blah. And yes, you do have to work hard in life and anything if it's going to be worth it. But I have learned and am still learning and trying to shift that I want to show my kids and other women that you don't necessarily have to hate what you're doing to also contribute to your family, or freaking go get your nails done or take your kids to Disneyland, by golly.
I love that. So tell me about, I love to hear stories of women starting businesses and hear like just how they got started. And so let's rewind, go back to like, you were doing this as a charity, right? And then you decided to do this as a business. When that shift happened and you bought all the shiz that you bought to get started, like how did you get started with sales?
Okay. Well, like I had said, we did that fundraiser, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, wow, people like these. These are cool. I like them. I'd wear them. Oh my gosh, let's do that stamped crap on necklaces. Now I'm squirreling. I'm like, what did you freaking ask? What was the process? How did I get started? Yes. Is that what you said? Okay. So
Yeah, just like, how did your sales start happening? Because isn't
how
that
did
the
they start
scariest
happening?
part? Like,
Yes, yes.
you can start with your idea, but then
Yeah.
it's like, I actually have to have buyers.
How did I actually execute it? What I did is like I said, I Googled crap. I read a bunch of things. I just bought it. I didn't want to use any of my husband's stuff. You know what I mean? So I just went to my little bank account and like I was dipping and dipping. And then I was in my savings. And then I had like, I feel like I had, I don't know, 20 or like $15 left in there. I just kept buying things. And then I'm like, okay, let's try it. I got on Instagram and I started about a month before I launched. I started to create like a little bit of hype, like, oh, follow me over here, whatever. And then so when the time came, it was like, okay, here's what this is launching. And at the time I didn't have a website for about 3 or 4 months. I did what are they called? A Google form. And it was kind of ghetto, but I'm also very, very proud of that. Like, even just figuring that out. Like, I did a Google form. I had little pictures. Like, they chose gold or silver, what chain on their necklace. And then I had the prices. And this is where it kind of got crazy and where I eventually did a website, but it was like, now, honor system, Venmo me. So, when I would get a cha-ching on my phone, that was like the most amazing thing ever. Like, I will never forget the feeling of those first like 2 orders in like 5 minutes, cha-chings, that morning of the August 26th, because I don't know, it was just so cool. I was like, hell yeah, I just made $40. Look at me. It was just so cool. And I just, for like 2 days straight, when I would get these Venmos of people going on to my Google form, I was just full of gratitude and just so grateful. And I feel as if I cried a lot. I just was surprised and happy and just, yeah. Maybe that's what you're asking. Maybe it wasn't.
No, that's great. I will tell you this, like, I hear those cha-chings all the time on my phone, from my beauty school, and sometimes they're from Rachel getting her brows
Absolutely.
done, or her,
Getting those brows and
and you have to celebrate all the wins, even those
yes.
little ones. Yeah, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And like they're little but also like big. Like, I don't know, that was so big. Thinking of like $20 even now, but like back then 3 years ago, oh my gosh, if I have $20 in my Venmo, like I felt like the shit. I really did. Like, that was like huge to me. Ugh. It like makes you emotional because of how like it's just a feeling that I won't ever forget. And I'm just grateful for it. And you're like, oh, she's crying over $20, making her $20 sell, and then 40 in a couple minutes. But it was a big deal to me, and I'm grateful.
That's amazing. It is a big deal. You're not just crying over the $20 and $40. You're crying over the emotions you had, right? That it was like you had this thing in your head and you executed it, and people were starting to buy it. And then it's like, okay, this can work, right? So that's all the
Right?
feelings of, it's not just like $20, right?
Yeah.
It's all the emotions of, okay, this
Yeah.
is gonna work. This is
Yeah.
just like it, you know. So it's all of those things, and I love it.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so tell us a little bit. You've talked about like the stamped necklaces, right? Tell us a little bit about them, the different necklaces you have, the different jewelry you offer, as well as where people can find you.
Okay, so I do like all things accessories. I've gone and done like socks and beanies and blah blah blah. But lately it's just truly more jewelry accessories. Like, my little slogan is accessories that make you smile. The main thing that most people come to me for is stamped jewelry. So like, this is my mini Delilah. It's like a small little disc, and you can put a symbol that symbolizes something special to you. I have lots and lots of symbols. I have states. You can put letters, names, numbers, jersey numbers. And yeah, so you can find me. Is that what you asked? I've got a website, just sunshinestreetco.com, or hit me up on Instagram. And I'd love to make you a little something special.
Awesome. Tell us.
Rachel, hold on. Can I ask, have you done like big orders for like teams and stuff? Like what's been your biggest order?
I've definitely, and that's like, if we jump back to goals too, with the work smarter, not harder thing, I really prefer bulk orders. Like that, that's in the future, that's like kind of my goals, as I want to figure out how to get in touch with more teams and stuff. But I'm like, how many, I have done them for teams and such. Yes, I've done them for like seniors. I know I've done volleyball ones. I don't freaking remember. In a big slew though of not necessarily a team, but I had mentioned that this last year I had the opportunity of going to some competitions like dance and cheerleading. Those girls eat those up. That was a bulk, not necessarily like they ordered them for me. I was like, okay, there's this many people going. I'm going to make 100 of these and hope they sell. And I would sit for 2 days and make these necklaces, and I would sell the 100. So I don't know. Maybe that's the biggest. Not necessarily an order, but making a shiz ton and then
Right.
hoping they sell.
So good. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rach, how do you want to leave your mark in this world?
Oh, good night. Just, I don't know, dude. I do, but I don't. I don't know. Just, I don't even know. I do know. Just, what do I want to do? Just let people, or have people remember me that I was fun and kind and happy, more so than the angry elf version of myself. And to remember me and be like, oh, freaking Rachel was goofy and weird, but still so cool and kind and fun. And it's okay to be you and authentic. That is, that just, yeah, just, guys, I'm not doing well on this. And this is probably the last question. I'm like, hi, I just don't know. Like, hi.
No.
You know what?
Just to be you. What am I? That's not even the freaking question, for hell's sakes. That's not even what you're asking. What do I want to leave my mark? My mark is just, I just want people to remember that I was a good time and kind and just like a cheerleader for them.
And that's what I was going to say. If
Please tell me
if you
what.
left this world today, I would think, oh, there goes my number one fan. Like, that's how everybody probably feels about you. You're just this positive pillar all the time, and you're always like reaching out to make people like lift up. That's huge. So thank you.
My brain, sometimes I have Alzheimer's, and so I can't think. So thank you. That is exactly what I meant to say. So maybe you should like cut out all the I don't know.
No, because we're just seeing the real, raw, live. This is how we are. We love your unique and fun self. I know that you have a couple of like passions and things that you would like to share. I saw it on Instagram today. Leave us with like those passions and like, you know.
What? What are you? What? Please tell me again. Can we have a redo?
No, what are some things not pertaining to your business that you want to share with us?
Oh my gosh. I know what you're saying. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know. There was a question. Yeah, you're just like, oh, is there anything passionate that you want to share? I'm like, I don't know at this time. I would like to be able to tell you that, yes, everyone go here and donate your money and let's feed the poor and hungry. But all I can think of is just like, don't wear black to my funeral. Okay? Like, don't wear black to my funeral. When I go out, please celebrate, have a party. I don't even necessarily know if everyone around here has them in the local churches. I don't even know if I want that because I feel like it's so depressing and the vibe is terrible and the lighting. So no one wear black. Please, no cheesy potatoes. Whoever is providing the food, don't wear black. Bright flowers, happy. And just wear something wild, please. You don't have to wear a dress. Just wear something that makes you feel oomph. And let's eat tacos instead of funeral potatoes, because that smell triggers me. When I smell that, I think of the Relief Society room with dead bodies in it. Always. I'm like, please don't make cheesy potatoes. I do not want to be sitting in a casket.
Okay, hold on.
Away.
You just nailed the title of this podcast. Something about don't serve cheesy potatoes at my funeral, because like that's so true. That trigger, that
It
thought
does.
is so true.
It is like green chairs, the terrible green chairs and cheesy potatoes. No, let's pump up some music, have some bright colors, maybe some disco balls and disco lights. Let's dance and eat tacos. Get the others out. Get the cheesy potatoes out. And I'll just be up there like, hey girl, let's do this.
I love it. Out under the sunshine for you with bright colors, tacos, and dance.
Oh yes, yeah, let's do it outside.
Got it.
Maybe
All
not
right,
too hot.
enough. We're not planning your funeral, okay?
Oh my gosh, I know. It's
Remember, no black, serve tacos.
Yes, please just don't.
Okay.
Just don't do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share with us?
I do not think so. Just thank you for letting me be here. Thanks for letting me ramble. I said some good things. I said a little bit of some goofy stuff, things that possibly didn't make sense, clearly. But I hope you learned something. I appreciate for letting me be here. And
no, we appreciate you taking the time, sharing your journey with us. I know there's some that can relate to you and learn different things from you, whether it's, how to do business and parent, or those that it was motivating for those. I know a lot are sitting on the fence of like, I want to do a business. What do I do? And it was good just to hear, jump in, right? Just don't hold anything back. Just do it. So thank you for sharing all of those things with us. And
Rachel, hold on. I just want to say, I've always thought about this for you, and I'm going to share it now because it's appropriate. Like, girls can look at you and you're just this beautiful person, but it's like, oh, maybe I can be that goofy and still look that beautiful. And so I feel like you empower other people to like want to just be fun and relax. But you would make a killing if you had a TikTok channel or YouTube.
Crap, okay? I just don't understand it. I don't understand. I got like 4 followers. I don't even get it.
You would be amazing if you knew how to do it right, because people just like to follow people like you. You make me laugh. You make me smile. You make me I love it. So maybe that's something that you can do in the future.
There we go. Selling feet pics and TikTok videos.
Yeah. They'd follow you for a fun and good time. So our followers who are looking for gifts, right, of any type, especially for women or your athletes, your cheerleaders, Rachel can hook you up. She has the cutest little sayings that go along with all of her things, and it's so fun. So go make sure you follow her, especially on Instagram, Sunshine Street Co. That way you can see her new jewelry, her specials, and all of that. And then, be on the lookout for her upcoming TikTok.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. See you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. If you feel in your heart to be a part of our community for women, check us out at thebreakthroughtribe.com.